Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in for another video. So today's video is all about how to keep your makeup on your face for a night out. I've had so many requests to go through like my whole makeup routine, what I would do before I go for a big night out, like a night out clubbing or a night out with friends or a special event like a wedding, things like that. So this is basically everything that I do from start to finish to keep my makeup looking perfect on my face for a very long time. If you're new to my channel, I have an oily skin type. I typically have a rough time keeping makeup on my face. So you might see a couple of things in here and you might be like, oh, what is she doing? Like, I do this to keep my skin matte and to keep my makeup in place all day long. It's just all of the tips and tricks that I've learned as a makeup artist that really work to keep your makeup in place. So if you are interested in seeing my whole routine for a special event or a night out, then please keep on watching. Before getting ready for a special event or a night out, I obviously put a lot of work into prepping my skin before going in with makeup. So I'm going to very quickly show you what I use and in what order I use it, just so you know what I actually do. Now, I've spoken about this brand before in another video, and so many of you wanted to hear more about it. It is called Mix Nature, and it's essentially an online brand. You actually go onto the website and you design your own skincare products. So you choose a bunch of ingredients that go in these. So whether you've got dry skin, sensitive skin, oily skin, anything like that, you choose specific ingredients to go into your skincare products that will target your problem areas, problem issues, like anything that you are struggling with your skin. You can add something in there to basically cancel it out. I really love this idea because it's completely customizable skincare. You can't, all of us are so individual. We've all got our own problems. You can't go into a store and buy a product that's 100% made for you. Like, I might have oily skin, but I've also got enlarged pores, and I might even, get dry patches on my chin. Like, I can add all of the ingredients that treat all three of those problems into one product rather than having to buy 3 different products that are, going to suit all of these different things. And these products are actually really affordable. Like, these are like $15 for a product. So yeah, I'm going to show you what I do. I start off with the face soap, and in the description bar I will link every single ingredient that I put into these products. Most of the ingredients that I have used are for oily skin, enlarged pores, and then I've also added some anti-aging stuff in, like the face creams and things like that. So I start off with the face soap, and I always use it with my Clarisonic. Now mine's a little scungy because I've used it a lot, but I pump this onto the Clarisonic, and then I go in and I cleanse my face really well doing this. Now I typically like to do, cleanse my face and do all of my skincare like about an hour before I go in with the makeup, because I like to give it time to really absorb into the skin and, just give it time to work so that it doesn't like mix with my primer, mix with my foundation and muck things up. So yeah, cleanse first with these two. I then go in with an eye cream. So this is the Mix Nature eye cream. Like I said, I will link everything that I added to this product in the description bar down below. I use this underneath my eyes and a little bit sort of on the contours around the top of my eyes. And then I finally finish with my face cream. Now let me tell you, I always do this whenever I open it. Oh, it smells so good. It's like orange and cinnamon or something. It's got actually orange oil extract in here. Lots of really good stuff. Again, I know, broken record. I will link everything down below that I have put into this one. I like this face cream because it absorbs completely into my skin. It doesn't leave a greasy residue. It's not heavy. Doesn't cause cakiness with my foundation. And because these products have got so many moisturizing properties, it actually helps to reduce my oil production and keep my face a lot more matte than, before I was using this regime. So really happy about these. So yeah, I would have done this like an hour before going in with the makeup, and then I would start my makeup routine, in that kind of time frame. I like to start my makeup routine with a setting spray, and I know this is weird. This is one of the GERARD Cosmetics minis. Aren't they so cute? This is my favorite all-time setting spray to stay all day. If you're interested in purchasing anything from GERARD Cosmetics, you can use the coupon code JOY. It will get you 25% off, and the large bottles of this come down to $16. Like, it makes it so affordable. So I spray this on my face first. So basically, by applying the setting spray, it creates a barrier for my makeup to go on top of and helps to prevent any of my oils coming through the makeup. I then like to go in with my holy grail primer. This is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. I'm still working out of a mini. It's just a lot easier to travel. I basically just take 1 pump of that on my finger, and then I will massage this into my skin. My skin already feels great because I already did my whole skincare routine when I got out of the shower like 2 hours ago. Okay, moving on to foundation. For a special event or a night out, I always use MAC Studio Fix Fluid. Honestly, if you've never tried this foundation, you need to run to a MAC store and get a sample, because girl, this stuff will change your life. Not only does it keep my oils at bay, it lasts so long on my face. Like, I could put this on at like 6 a.m. in the morning, and I kid you not, it will look perfect 10 hours after that. It is amazing. Now, the other great thing about this one is there's no flash. So when you are in flash photography at night, it looks absolutely perfect. Like, there's no white cast, and it does something to the skin, and I'm not sure how it works, but it makes your skin legit look photoshopped, like perfection. All of your pores are gone. Any acne, anything like that, it is all gone. Like, this foundation is amazing. I've been raving about this foundation for years. Like, this is nothing new. But essentially, I put this all over my face, like how you normally would with a foundation. And then we're pretty well good to move in with a concealer. Now, if you do have issues with makeup rubbing off your nose, you're going to want to try a different product on your nose instead of like just putting your foundation straight on there. If that is you, I've got a whole separate video on that. I will link that down below as well. And it's like my ultimate trick as to how to keep your makeup on your nose all day long. But my nose is not typically too bad, so I'm not going to bother doing that. Now, you'll see here that I've put the foundation sort of all over the bottom half of my face. I produce a lot of oil on my forehead and also on my nose. So before I actually go in with foundation there, I'm going to dust it with a very small amount of translucent powder before I go in with the foundation over the top, because it will keep my face matte so much longer than if I just go straight in with a foundation. It's so important when you do this that you only use the tiniest amount of powder, because otherwise it can get quite cakey. So I'm just applying it to the problem area, just like I said, is my forehead and down my nose. And I sort of like put on the sides of my nose too. There's seriously nothing worse than looking back at photos from a night out with your girlfriends, or, you know, from a wedding, and you see that you are a hot, shiny mess. Like, it's not sexy. We all know it's not sexy. So, yeah, this works really, really well to prevent that oil coming through. Also, using the setting spray and also the primer that I've used, you know, is fantastic for keeping your skin matte as well. Okay, so after I've got that foundation on, I like to go ahead and start on my eyes by priming them first. This foundation will set down to a really beautiful demi-matte finish, and it's important to give it the time to set down properly before going in with concealers and powders, because it will actually last longer if you allow it to set down first. For my eyes, I'm going to be priming with a MAC Pro Longwear paint pot. I use the colour Soft Ochre because I've got such a strong yellow undertone. This stuff is incredible. Again, like sweat-proof, basically waterproof, life-proof, club-proof, like amazing. This is honestly like the only eye primer that I truly recommend. So I pick a little bit of that up in a brush and then apply it all over my eyelids. Now, after I've got this on, I actually bake it even further. I, again, as an oily skin sufferer, struggle with oily eyelids. And so with oily eyelids comes creasing and basically looking like you've applied a clear lip gloss to your eyes. And again, that's not sexy in photos. If you've seen any of my other videos and you follow my channel, you'll know that I always bake with a damp beauty blender sponge, pushing the product deep into the skin. It works so well to keep your skin matte for a really long period of time. Using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder for this as well. This is a really great mattifying powder. Again, like, it works wonders on my skin. I pick up a little bit of that product, and then I will push that basically deep into that eye primer and essentially really set that eyeshadow base down really, really well so that it is not going to go anywhere and those oils are not going to bother us. At this point, I would go ahead and do my eyebrows. I need to fill in my brows quite heavily. They're naturally blonde, so to get them to match my hair color, I do have to fill them in a fair bit. If you're trying, if you're going to a special event and you're wanting your makeup to last a long time, I would recommend using a pomade rather than an eyebrow powder, because these just will typically last a lot longer. If you don't have any issues with your brows fading and running off, a regular eyebrow powder will work. But yeah, a pomade will be the best bet. My favorite to use is the chocolate shade from Anastasia. I'm going to do this off camera because you guys have seen me do my brows a million times, so I'll be back in just a second once this is done. Okay, so once your brows are on, it's time to move on to eye makeup. Now, you can use basically anything that you want, any eyeshadows. This eyeshadow base that we've created using the Pro Longwear paint pot and also a translucent powder to, set it all down into place is pretty much foolproof. So you can use whatever you want, mattes, shimmers, anything like that. I would typically avoid using too much shimmer on the brow bone because, again, for flash photography, it gets a little bit crazy. I'm going to go ahead and do all of my eye makeup off camera, and then we're going to be back to move on to working on the rest of the face. At this point, I would go in with concealer now. My favorite concealer, and I did tell you guys I was going to talk about this one. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Let me tell you, the hype for this product is legit. This is an incredible concealer. So thick, so creamy, crease proof, fantastic on oily skin. I've heard it's fantastic on dry skin. Really, really amazing. I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of this now. The brush is huge, so you kind of like got to be careful because a whole heap of it comes out. Now, I like to conceal in any areas where I get a little bit red. So, you know, it's sort of like my nose, my under eyes, and I mean, I have got some serious breakouts at the minute. What? I'll then go in with the same Beauty Blender sponge and I will just buff that in. Okay, time to set down with a powder. Now, my all-time favorite at the minute is to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And again, I will be using the Beauty Blender to set my entire face. This ensures that the product is pushed really deeply into the skin. And no, you don't need to be concerned about breaking out. As long as you cleanse your skin properly at the end of the day or, you know, after your big night, get all of those impurities out of your pores, it's fine. So I pick up a fair whack of that powder on the sponge and then I just press it into the skin. And not only does this help to, you know, keep your face matte and help to keep your makeup in place all day or night long, it also really helps to reduce the visibility of enlarged pores because it coats the entire interior surface of the pore with the powder. So once that interior surface is mattified, it no longer reflects light and therefore, you know, no longer looks shiny and big. All right, so I've set my entire face down with that powder. It is a translucent powder, so it's great. It's not going to alter the color of your foundation. It doesn't flash back like some HD powders do. It's just a really great mattifying powder. At this point, you would move on to, you know, contouring, blush, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then once you have done with all of your cheek products and everything, you go back in with the same setting spray and lock it all down into place. This also helps to reduce any powdery residue that you might have on top as well. And, you know, it just makes it all look a lot more natural. So this, guys, is my ultimate routine for keeping my makeup in place for a special event or a night out. I hope you guys loved the video. If you've got any questions at all, you can always contact me in the comments down below or come over to Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat and you can ask me any of your questions over there as well. I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will talk to you guys very soon.